Hi, we are here. I know that I haven't posted at this time, I think, for over 5 to 6 months. It's been a long time. Where have we been? Well, we've been pretty busy. We've done a lot of events in between, and we're doing an event right now. So we have been all over the place, all over the West Coast. We were in Utah, and then we came back. We went to California twice, and now we are here in New York. In a week from right now, we are going to go to Canada for 2 weeks, and it's all RWB related. I completely forgot, but we were in Vegas too. So it was a whole lot of stuff that we were out doing. So that's why I haven't posted in a little while. These videos take a long time to come out. So the reason for that is because I want to make sure that the experience is like super authentic, really, really unique, and just our own perspective, as well as honoring Nakai-san and the actual RWB community. So it's been pretty busy, and the content has been pretty slow to come out, but I really want to make sure this is all really done well. That's why. So right now we're here at the New York Auto Show, which is crazy that this is the international auto show and Nakai-san is building something here. We've been incredibly busy. So I apologize, but we'll put a couple clips of the things that we have been doing just so you aren't super bored with this. But yeah, this is it.
This entire video is going to be some snippets of a ton of events over the course of our last year, but our first stop takes us to RWB Utah, where we got to see RWB Gundam build. Now this is Utah's first build, and the owner, Brent, became a great friend of ours. He had been on the waiting list for 5 years because of Nakai's COVID backlog, and we got to talk with a lot of owners from all over the place. RWB Canada, Seattle, Portland, and more came out, and it was a great build held at the Utah Motorsports racetrack, which was awesome to see. Now Gundam is such a detailed build, and unique too. A Subaru EJ swap was done, and it was built to make about 800 horsepower at this elevation, which Vince, the engine builder, claims it could probably do about 1,000 or more at sea level. Now, Brent being an artist, the detail work was awesome to see, and something that the owners were even saying changes how they want their cars to get built. We were surrounded by several other RWBs, including 2 of Toshi-san's cars. Now, Toshi is Nakai's right-hand guy. He handles a lot of back-end RWB licensing internationally and things like that. That car is on the stage, and that is actually the second RWB made, and was tuned by Japanese tuners Promodet. Now, Toshi's Tokyo Auto Salon car is also here, which is the RWB Heavenly Wide Martini car, now owned by professional race car driver Cole. It was a great build with a lot of cool history behind it, and the venue was awesome. Now, our next stop, literally within 24 hours of completing the Gundam build, was Gunther Works. Now, Gunther Works is specifically a 993 Porsche remaster, as they say. The owner, Peter Nam, has a car in Chicago that we shoot, which is the 997 VRT. Now, Peter loves 911 GT3s, but the GT3 didn't come around until the 996 platform. He loves the feel of the 993 though, so he went on to create his own version of the GT3, which is why it's called a remaster by Gunther Works. They're amazing cars, extremely limited because they're mostly carbon for performance and weight, but they start at $500,000 easily. go into the $1 million range per car. Now they're very limited depending on the trim model. 75 turbos, 25 roadsters, 25 coupes, and 40 GWRs will exist. Now the GWR is my favorite, which is this blue one that you've been seeing this whole time. It's a collaboration between Porsche engine builders Rothsport and Gunther Works. Now it's a huge 4.0 flat six, 500 horsepower, naturally aspirated at only 2,400 pounds. It's crazy stuff. The California car scene was something else too. Coming from Illinois, all the cars out here look flawless. There's no rust or repairs or anything that I've seen. It was truly a great time. Our next stop was Luftgekühlt.
This is crazy. I don't even have words.
Luftgekühlt is a crazy Porsche experience. It literally means air cooled. Now, it was founded by Porsche factory driver Patrick Long, who went on to win 2 Le Mans races, and creative director Howie Idelson. It's been going on since 2014, and their experience shows. This was our first time here, and it was so incredible. It was hard to even fathom what was happening. The displays were so cool, yet so simple. They returned to the Universal Studios backlot, which is not Universal Park. Like, this is the real place where they shoot films. It's not a public amusement park. Like, this is the real deal. It was a really cool experience to open it up to the public and have these air-cooled Porsches literally everywhere. It was the perfect blend of artistry, the cars, and the displays. The planning and the amount of work that this must have been is insane, and it's something that I would love to come back to every year. And now it's time for the RWB trip. This is insane. So our friends at Big Boost Performance got Nora all ready for her road trip. For those of you tuning in for the first time, Nora is a very significant RWB. Back in 2016, Nakai built 2 RWBs for himself to use when he was in the United States. The first RWB was RWB Carolina, and the second was RWB Nora. Now, he took Nora from Los Angeles to Las Vegas that year, and Nakai would eventually sell her a few years ago, and it would end up here in Chicago. Our goal was to reunite Nakai-san with RWB Nora, as this was the same LA to Vegas trip that Nora took all those years ago.
Still good on my side.
Once Nora was loaded up, she headed over to LA, and once we got to LA, we headed straight for RWB HQ.
Welcome to Los Angeles. We are here at RWB LA headquarters. So Nakai's made 3 of his own, one being this white one here, which is really cool. That Rawelt Akira Nakai sticker is brand new, I've never seen before. Of course, our Nora next to Nora 2, and Nakai's working on it right now, actually, as we speak.
I'd only seen the photos that you just saw of Nora getting built here at Koyama-san's shop. While we were here, we were standing in this historical place. It was just RWB owners and friends, nothing public, which was nice, but Nakai was building calmly, as he does, and owners from all over the US were coming in one at a time. A huge Atlanta presence was here, while the East Coast guys were getting situated at SEMA. Our first day was really cool and pretty calm.
Yeah, but I stayed home that day.
I gotta stay behind you.
We take the RWBs that next morning to a Cars and Coffee, where it was a total surprise to the crowds there. They welcomed us with open arms, and we were super happy to be there. The quality of cars was really cool, and like I said earlier, California cars are just so clean. Nakai and Yuki seemed really happy to be there, and so were we.
to the restaurant. Crispy noodle, some pineapple, the prawns. Wow.
The next day, I got to see RWB Catalina, which was historic for me. Catalina was the first RWB I had ever seen, and it was at the 2012 JDM Chicago meet. I got a chance to talk with the owner who remembers that meet, and Catalina is actually the 4th RWB ever made in the USA. It was built in October of 2011. It's been the same owner ever since, and it gave me a really cool full circle moment. It was rally prep day though, so cars were getting washed and last minute adjustments were being made. RWB Shingen got hit the day before and it cracked the rear bumper, but remember, Nikai's RWB kit stemmed from racing kits and its fiberglass is unlike anything else. The bumper was repaired and getting placed on within 24 hours. We would end up having a very long day and go well into the night.
Dude, so funny. Nikai, they said it's a rental van, but he didn't care. He threw on the idlers thing and they put the RWB and the hooligan stickers on.
And then it was rally day.
How are you? Good. Good. We've been waiting for over a year to get this done, and this is it. Like, it's happening right now. So,
our first stop is going to be Penny's Diner, all right, in Guillermo, California. If you guys get lost, if you guys don't see all 20 RWBs on the road, you guys need nuts. 8 o'clock tonight, we're going to go straight to the meet. And once the time comes out, we can start heading out.
And that was just a teaser. The next 72 hours were followed by absolutely no sleep at all.
what the?
A night RWB meet the second we got into Vegas. All cars were still dirty and living that rough life.
Look at that.
The next morning was SEMA and Nikai's start to what would become RWB Shogun, the first GT3 RWB in the United States. We didn't get to stay the whole build day because we took all the RWBs over to a national park nearby for the day. We'd have a huge family dinner and head back to SEMA the next morning. The F1 race was here a few days after we had already left, but the track was already set up. We continue our journey of not sleeping by taking Nora out onto the strip, probably one of my major highlights. Months later, we'd end up here in New York, watching the first RWB for Queens. This build was also full of great memories and such a unique car culture. I can't wait to dig into this one, but I've got a pretty big backlog to fill. As I'm doing this video, we leave for RWB Toronto tomorrow morning. Life is crazy when you dedicate yourself to your craft. Despite all odds, whether it be financial, time, distance, we've committed. Not just me, but our entire Chicago team. I couldn't be more than happy to be in this with my family. Pursue passion, create art. Peace.